and who want to submit to God. What I do not know is if this is the beginning of my journey as the Senate President or if this is a despedida. Because unlike the office of the mayor, the office of the barangay chairperson, the office of the president, which are elected by the constituents, the Senate President serves at the pleasure of the majority of the Senate. For me, it's very significant because the number 13, in my limited knowledge of Hebrew language and culture, is about change, about a seasonal change. And yesterday, someone sent me that the shortest serving Senate President served for 13 days. No? So hindi ko alam kung matatalo ko yung 13 days o kung 7, 8 days lang po tayo. But what I do know is this. The similarity between life and the Senate presidency is this. Life is from dirt to dirt. Di ba po? Pinanganak tayo, si Adam ay galing sa lupa, siya ay bumalik, nung ang physical niyang katawan ay namatay, bumalik sa lupa. Diba? Our earthly father, Adam, came from soil. And when his earthly body rotted, it went back to soil. So what matters is not when you're born or when you die. What matters is what you do in between. So my ascent from councilor to Senate President is galing ako sa lupa. I came from the most simple, a little bit of an advantage because my father was already in politics. No? But one day, I will leave this office. Maybe today, maybe a month from now, maybe after the impeachment, who knows? But what matters is what I do in the middle. So as I'm speaking, or in between those two dates, remember we're often asked, Pastors, if I accept the Lord Jesus Christ right now, and I am saved, sana kunin na ako ni Lord. Why? Because it's easier to die for God than to live for God. Di ba? The moment, the holy moment that we receive the Lord Jesus Christ, Bishop Leo, and we are born again, is the greatest moment in our life because that, I don't know who to quote, but that God-shaped hole in our heart is suddenly filled, di ba? So, people use the day they got married, the day their son or daughter was born, di ba? These are all great days, amazing days, days that you will not trade in. But that doesn't compare to the day that you are reconciled with God. But it is difficult the second, the minute after. You might not sin physically, but in your mind that's there. So my point is, it is difficult to navigate as Senate President. I don't expect you to agree with all of our decisions. But I'd like to tell you the truth. Sometime in 2003, the attack on the Senate began. The attack on the Senate was not on Wednesday, May 13. And let me clarify. When President Marcos called me to say, I want you to know it was not the military, it was not the PNP, it was not the NBI, I told them to stand down. I believe him. I believe him. As a leader, I do tell people to charge or stand down. I do tell people, makialam, wag kang makialam. But they don't always follow. That's why I told the President, Sir, Secretary John Vic is here, the Chief PNP is here, I'm not sure if I said the Chief PNP, but the PNP is here, they will do a investigation, an independent investigation. Technically, I could have rejected their offer for investigation. I don't know the technicalities there because, of course, someone had to investigate. But what I thought was prudent was that mag-joint yung ating investigation. General Mao is there in the back, and he had reservations. He had no reservations of sharing the CCTV. He had no reservations of a joint investigation. But there were periods in time where the PNP would interrogate or talk to the witness alone. Nawala kami. And I put to ease his, I said, noted your objection, but we have to show good faith. We have to believe someone. We can't just believe in ourselves, and we have to believe when we prayed, God answered us. No? So my point is this. Last night, the NBI confidential agent that they call driver turned out positive for gunpowder. Yung whatever the technical term is there, no? And that person was caught inside the Senate, not in the GSIS. They left a tactical bag at binalikan. And he was caught not by the OSAA, he was caught by the PNP at by Secretary John Vic, no? So what is my point? We have to pray that the President gets the right information. From day 1, actually from negative day 17, day 14, what do I mean by that? From the first time that one senator told me, Alan, ikaw na. Why do I say ikaw na? About 2 months ago, we had 14 senators. I have the proof. I have one copy. There are 2 copies of signatures, different names, of 14 senators choosing another senator as Senate President. Pero grabe po, magnitude, hindi ko alam kung anong magnitude earthquake to prevent that person from becoming the Senate President. But I had faith, not knowing that ang plano ni Lord, a few months later, ako ilagay. So the wisdom the Lord gave me is start talking to people. So I started talking to people in the administration and simply say, what we can offer you is an impartial trial, and what we can offer you is collaboration, not capitulation. We will not capitulate. Hindi pwedeng under the thumb ang Senate. The Senate cannot be dependent. Senate's executive and legislative are interdependent. But one cannot be totally dependent on the other. That will lead to a dictatorship. No? So yun lang pinatid. When Senator Bato rode my car, sabi ko, Senator Bato, you know who I'm talking about, when I'm talking about, sino. If you trust me, I will try to navigate this. Sabi niya sa akin, I won't be here if we don't trust you. If I and we don't trust you. Saturday night, he called me and said, I will not go there because dami ng checkpoint, it's almost impossible. But give me the number of one senator who promised me number 14 siya. He called that senator. Sinabi niya, na ako madulas. He told that senator, I will fight for you, I will campaign for you, do not be afraid, etc. Then he called me. Sabi niya, Lan, I talked to Senator Blanc, and I don't think he will, kasi I told him, he promised me if you appear, he will appear. So sabi niya, I asked him questions, I don't think he will go. Hindi pupunta Lan. Sabi niya, hindi na rin ako pupunta kung hindi rin tayo 13. Sabi ko, sir, pang 14 siya, pang 13 ka. Exactly ito sinabi ni Senator Bato, pag-pray ko. At that moment, I felt the sincerity na ang isang anak ng Diyos ay magtatanong sa Diyos, what should I do? No? And at that moment, yung prayer ko, Lord, if there are principalities or authorities preventing this, ilagay mo. Okay, backtrack.